Hi guys, this is Andrea Gatti from my study room, and today we are continuing with the series on coordination. So for today we're gonna look at a cycle of 3 notes, and we're gonna develop it over 8 notes and over 16 notes. Let's start now. So what is a cycle of 3 notes? So a cycle of 3 notes is just what the word says it is. It's a cycle of 3 notes. So we're gonna play this cycle. We're gonna play right hand, left hand, and kick. And we're gonna play it over, to start with, as on the 8 notes. So if we play it on the 8 notes, we will see that we're gonna have the hands playing in unison with the hi-hat, but they're gonna fall like this. To start with, the unison is gonna be with the right hand, then it's going to be on the 2, we're gonna have the kick, and on the 3, we're gonna have the left hand. Let me show you so you have an idea. This is a very good exercise that I make my students do. But this exercise can be done at any level, especially the one that we're going to look at with the 16 notes. I encourage you to start it very slowly and make sure that the unisons are perfect, that there's no flam between your snare and the hi-hat and between the kick and the hi-hat. And then you can start at a slow speed, and little by little you can increase it. When you're doing this kind of exercise, you want to make sure that the volume of the notes you're playing with your hands is always the same. So, and to do that, you must have the same height of the sticks. And you must hit with the same amount of force. And you must hit in the same spot. So always remember that a steady groove is made by a steady motion. So if you want something that's solid, you need to have the same motion. Let's move up to our 16 note exercise now. When we're going to play the 16 note exercise, it is very similar, but it changes a little bit, and it's a little bit more difficult. So you're going to have this cycle of 3 notes is going to develop over our 4 16 notes. So if you look, these are our 16 notes. We're going to start here on the downbeat. Then we're going to start another cycle on the da. Then on beat number 2 is going to be on the end. And on beat number 3 is going to be on the E. So I will encourage you to do this exercise always with a metronome. And you can put the metronome with the smallest subdivision. In this case, I would suggest that you have a metronome playing 16 notes. Now I'm going to play the cycle, the accent, the starting of the cycle, actually it's not the accent, with my sticks over the metronome, so you can have an idea of the feel that is created. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a. Another suggestion that I always give to my students is that they must count loud, because it's more difficult, but it gives much better results. Trust me. Because you're going to be much more in control of what is going on. You're teaching your brain what you're doing. Now we can start and get into the actual exercise, and I suggest starting from the snare. So I'm going to play at the same speed, so it's not crazy fast. This is at 70 BPM, but I would suggest you would start probably at 50. It's a good time, a good tempo to start. Or if you need, just start from where you need to start. So we're gonna play our cycle, we're gonna count out loud, and we're gonna keep the tempo with the hi-hat. Now, keeping tempo with the hi-hat, we're gonna have our unisons that are gonna be, first one is the right hand, then we're gonna have our left hand on the 2, and on the 3 is gonna be the kick. Once this is coming nicely, you can start and create some phrases. And as I said in my previous video, do a phrase and stick with that one to start with. Then when you're good enough and you have enough control, you can move and experiment on the kick. But to start with, just start from one phrase and go on with that. So you can get that feeling of the melody, of the cycle moving around the time. 1, 2, 3. Once you see that you have developed a good control, then you can start and raise the tempo and just play it around, and then start improvising, start and changing the tempo, start and do some modulations, and we will see in our next video. So it's all for today, guys. So I encourage you to do this exercise every day. This is a great routine to have good control of your coordination. In the next video, we're gonna see how to do a modulation with these linear phrases, with the cycle of 3, and we're gonna see how to improvise a bit more. Thank you. God bless.